Hello, Capricorn North Node. Welcome to your reading for the spring equinox 2023. So that's from March 20th, and it will go, these messages will cover the next 3 months. So March 20th to June 20th, 2023. Please do keep in mind that these are general readings and not all the messages will apply to you. So just take what strikes a chord and leave the rest for whoever else in your Capricorn North Node collective needs to hear that message at this time. If you are feeling this reading, you can give it a like, a thumbs up. You can also subscribe, lucky you, to the Feminist Alchemist channel so that I can connect to your energies more easily. And do click the bell to be notified when I upload. So Capricorn North Node, what can I say about these readings? These readings, I am being accompanied by the beautiful black obsidian sphere here. And not to leave the other ones out, there's some moonstone and citrine there as well. But shedding light on that which is in the shadows is basically where these North Node readings have been going. Well, that was the intro I was given, and before I even started my North Node readings, I did an episode of Ascension Messages where we talked with Anpu or Anubis, and that was all about confronting the ego, confronting the shadow. And so the North Node readings are all about the grounding this transformation, bringing that which was in the shadows into the light, emerging from our cocoon and walking a new walk. So I will do my typical North Node spread. If you're new to the channel, I will definitely introduce the spread to you right now. All of the different sections will be time-stamped so you can navigate easily and come back to this reading anytime in the next 3 months to check out anything that you want to review. So we start with the universal energies on the outside. Those are the big overarching energies that are at play or on offer to you in the next 3 months. Then we do the 5D, higher self, future self, and their messages to you as to what areas of your life, areas of your thoughts and beings they would like you to focus on for your highest good. And then in 3D will be in the center, and those are situations that are showing themselves or presenting themselves in order to offer room for expansion, opportunities for expansion. Then we'll head a little bit out again. We'll ask how to bridge the 3D and the 5D. And since this reading is about grounding, the last 4 cards that I will pull will be how to ground your transformation into your physical reality. And then I'll pull your final oracles and we will be all done. This is a North Node reading. That is something I forgot to tell you, or to make sure that you know. It's a North Node reading. I do not read for any other placement when it comes to astrological placements. So if you're not sure where your North Node sign is, please do visit the link in the description box, and you can look it up on my website on North Node chart. You can also view a little video, link is also in the description box, as to how I understand the North Node as my guides explained it to me way back when I started these readings, way back, like, I don't know how long ago that was, 2 years, a year and a half, something like that. So without further ado, Capricorn North Node, let us dig in to your universal energies. So I'll just pull all 4 and then I'll read them together. Okay. This has been an interesting round because I have not been, usually when I do, the pairs of signs, so your north node is in Capricorn, so your south node is in Cancer. Usually there's some type of, especially in the universal energies, there's usually cards in common. And this time around it's been like, nope, everyone is on their own journey. And that's cool. So what you have here in your universal energies, Capricorn, North Node, you have card 38, Intuitive Arts Guide. 24, Vibration. 19, Clarity. 17, Treasures. And 44, Birth of Angels. So interestingly enough, they wanted me to point out that these two cards, this is 1 plus 7 is 8, and 44 we wouldn't normally reduce, but it also does equal 8. They want me to point that one out in particular, but I will say this is 11, this is 6, and this is 10. So there's a very creative energy on offer for you. Now, Intuitive Arts Guide does not mean, some of you may be artists, some of you are not, but that does not mean that there is not a use for your creativity in whichever way you move through life. So they also do not want me to restrict it to career. It's in whatever way you move through life. So even creative solutions are on offer for you. More creativity, more intuitive solutions as well. And I feel that I'm just going to read them all together. Once we get into the other cards, I kind of go more into each. But I feel that you're going to be very clear. There's the opportunity for you to become very clear on how you want to resonate in the world, like what you want to be remembered for example. Capricorn North Node is Capricorn, the sign in itself is organized, is 2 steps ahead of others, 10 steps ahead, thinks 10 steps ahead as well. It's very strategic. And in this time, you have that ability, you are invited to ground your dreams into reality. You also have, if it has felt like a pipe dream, it will start to feel like it's very possible, because you are going to have divine support, especially if you go looking for it. And divine support is going to offer you lots of tools and resources to achieve what it is you want to achieve. I'm speaking very broadly. We'll go to the 5D and see how that plays out. But let me just see if there's anything else they want me to say about this. I see the birth of angels I see it in 2 ways, actually 3. Birth of ideas, birth of actual children, or your soul tribe kind of finding you, because your vibration starts to actually call in people who are more in alignment with you and who can offer you their support, their love, their understanding. Okay, I'm going to your 5D now because oh my goodness, I was going to say something, but it came out anyway. Romantic love. I'll just let the card speak for itself. And then Let's see what else comes out for you from the 5D, higher self, future self for Capricorn, North Node. Let me get these. We have freedom. Oh, this one fell. Surrender. Nope. Balance. Alchemy. It's an interesting mix of cards I'm getting here. Reflection. Do you want another one? No. Okay. Okay, they want you to see the bottom of the deck, just for those of you that it may spawn something in you. Second chakra, which is the sacral chakra. All right, so your future self and higher self wants you to know that there is much for you to learn from your romantic relationships, past and present. But they're saying this is not a love-focused time for you. But looking at yourself in your romantic relationships, reflecting on that is going to bring some benefits for you in the next 3 months that go well beyond your romantic life. It says the frequency of romantic love supports our experience to know ourselves through the reflection, the reflection card here, so it's working together, of a conscious lover. You're being asked really to see the role that you play in how your relationships play out. Now, even though it says romantic love, I feel that it's not just your romantic relationships that they want you to look at. I feel that they have given us that card because it automatically makes me talk about relationships. Right? But realistically, the vibe that I'm getting and what I'm seeing and hearing is that this has to do with more than your romantic relationships. But if you start with your romantic relationships, you may see patterns of thought, behavior in yourself that you also have in other types of relationships, in your career and in your friendships. And they're saying that it could also reveal perhaps the levels that you let people know you on, if that makes sense. You know, we all have people who, you know, they don't get the same flavor of us as you know, a close friend, for example. Some of us are more even, I would say, equal across the field, but some of us, it differs very widely. You know, your work self, you talking to your boss, or you talking to a colleague, and you talking to your best friend. So that's a vibration they want you to look at. And with freedom, I'm feeling that there's no throat chakra in here. Surrender is showing kind of a heart chakra energy. Freedom says the energy of freedom supports our sense of limitless possibility and potential, boundless expression, and bold exploration. And this is where the creativity comes in as well, in this creative arts guide or intuitive arts guide. The creativity is also, are you expressing yourself fully and freely? And I feel that is a question that could only be answered by you. Right? Maybe some people very close to you, if they see you in situations where you're with people that you don't know as well, or different work life situations, they may say you're not, the same person I know when you're with that person. And there is a part of you that does need to surrender your feeling of controlling the narrative and controlling how people see you. When I was pre-shuffling before the reading, I kept getting this feeling of being misunderstood. And being misunderstood, and also waiting for people to realize that you're not as confident or not as skilled or not as beautiful or handsome as they believe you are. There's some type of there was this feeling of trying to control the narrative and waiting for the other shoe to drop. And your future self, higher self, wants you to know that control is an illusion. I will read the card. They say the energy of surrender supports us to let go of illusionary control and yield to the flow of love and life. Yes, there are some people who will not like you, and that is perfectly fine, because it makes room for the people who you do get on well with just by being yourself, and who actually appreciate all of the different facets of you. Here in this Birth of Angels with all the friends, I feel that you also, once you surrender, you will also be able to actually find and attract people. There'll be people already that you encounter, that you already have in your circle somewhere, even if it's a very wide circle. I feel you are going to discover very good friends, very good allies that were right there under your nose the whole time. And I feel that you are being encouraged to find balance within yourself, balance and acceptance within yourself. And so they're pointing me to a situation where someone made like a social faux pas, you tell bad jokes, or, you've never been comfortable in social situations, especially when there's like a certain rapport that needs to be built, small talk at networking functions and stuff. And some of those bad experiences led you, this is not for everybody, but for some of you, has led you to be very controlled about how you behave in certain situations. And even if you made a faux pas, we'll call it that F word instead of another one. Even if you made a faux pas, it's something for you to learn from, right? And not for you to make yourself smaller because you made a mistake in the past. So balance in this respect is all about really embracing all of your experiences and all aspects of yourself, even the ones that you feel awkward about. Number 8, treasure also added up to 8, is alchemy. The frequency of alchemy activates our magical ability and remembrance of the magic that we all hold inside. Each one of us has the potential to access the ancient knowledge that allowed the true alchemist to perform the miracles of transmutation. Once you see yourself through clear eyes, reflection, clarity here, you will be able to make changes. They are indicating that you have already made changes on a metaphysical level, subconsciously in your etheric bodies, quantum level. It's about it being in your consciousness now. Being in your consciousness, and you knowing that you and you alone have the power, the ability to, and the tools to turn water into wine. That's the words that they gave me, to turn water into wine, and to transmute anything that you want to transmute. They are also indicating about having different perspectives of your experiences with reflection. The energy of reflection supports our growth through the insights we get from the contemplation of self and others. So looking at your role in relationships. Also, this is the other thing that they're pointing me to. So about these social faux pas or feeling socially awkward. If you're dealing with people who are jerks, right? Who are mean, who are judgmental. I don't mean to call anyone a jerk. One day, if they're doing their own inner work, they won't be so jerky. But the reality is, sometimes we're dealing with people who make it a point to, feel superior to us. And in those situations, can you really say then that you are socially awkward, right? You're dealing with someone or with people who have no room for people being different, who are not expansive thinkers, are not accepting, are not compassionate or empathetic, or any of the above, right? So you also need to understand, they want you to also understand your environment more. And they're pointing to the master number 33. You can look it up. But it's important to understand your environment and the environment that you're operating in, so that you can have an understanding, a different understanding of yourself, an understanding of yourself in the context of a bigger picture, right? Both are important. I'm going to go to your 3D now. What is happening in your physical reality? We have the 10 of Cups in reverse. Opportunities for expansion. We have the 5 of Pentacles. Ooh. I don't mean to make that noise, but that's how the energy feels to me. Did something flip over? No. We have the Queen of Pentacles in reverse. Is that the Queen? Yeah, that's the Queen. And you have the Ace of Cups. Okay, interesting. So I see for you, Capricorn North Node, that for some of you, it feels like true happiness is eluding you. It feels like true happiness is eluding you. Like, I don't really have much more to say about this card. But it feels that way. But where this card is laying in this spread here, it's really important for you to see how you are playing a role in not achieving full happiness. feel... So, okay, if we're speaking about the next 3 months, you will have situations where you are not happy coming to a head, or coming up for you to really acknowledge that, yeah, I'm not happy. And with the Five of Pentacles, I'm feeling that there's the potential, if you're doing this reflection work and you're getting the clarity, that you may beware of falling into any type of depression. Do beware of, walking away suddenly from jobs and responsibilities. But also there is the potential in the next 3 months, I see that it may not be by choice that you walk away, or that this comfort zone comes to an end. Because the comfort zone is not serving you at this point, is basically what they're saying. But when you're doing this reflection and seeing your role in the bigger picture, there is the potential for you to feel, divided. You see, there's a potential to feel a bit ashamed as well. And we're going to ask how to deal with that. So let's not sit in that energy for too long. Let's just know that exists. And it's coming up to be cleared, right? For you to understand yourself in a new light. The Queen of Pentacles in reverse. I feel you may have some struggles, Capricorn North Node, with figuring out how to make the dreams, the ideas manifest into reality, how to turn thoughts into things, how to make it tangible. And you may also be turning thoughts into things like they're showing me, I don't know what movie this is from, but someone who just got, it's like a kid who just got magical powers, and they keep randomly making things giant or small and turning people into vegetables and things like this. I don't know if that's actually from a movie, but I feel that there will be kind of an awareness that you're becoming aware that your thoughts are turning into things and that you're manifesting things, but you don't know how to control it. This is what I'm feeling with the Queen of Pentacles in reverse. I also am still getting a strong feeling of, you only have Cups and Pentacles in these 4 cards. So I'm feeling as well that you may leave a career or a job because it's just not aligned with you anymore. It doesn't allow you balance, and it's not a person that you want to be anymore. This is what I'm getting. It's just not a person that you want to be anymore. So yeah, those are a couple of the options for the assortment of you out there. So remember just to take what feels like it's for you, what resonates with you. And then we have the Ace of Cups right by surrender, which is awesome. So I don't want to jump the gun and say, oh, there could be a new love in your life. I don't feel, as I said, they said this is not a love reading. It has to do with you honoring your heart space. And this is what your heart is going to keep asking you to put it first. I feel that coming to you in different ways in the next 3 months. So if you've been to my readings before, you will know that I rarely talk in, terms of there's work coming your way, you're going to meet somebody, you're going to have a baby, things like this. It's all very energetic, vibrational, because at the end of the day, there's very little, if anything, that is set in stone. We have free will. You can be aware of the energy that's around you and decide to change it if you so desire, or decide to work with it in a different way. So for some of you, a major heart opening may lead to, put it this way, your heart asking you to put it first may cause you to want to leave a relationship. It may cause you to start a relationship. It may cause you to change a job, right? It may cause you to cut your hair or to move house. But whatever the physical outcome, the impetus is the same. Your heart wants to be acknowledged and wants you to stop trying to control the outcome, because the heart is trying to steer you in the right direction. And you, in the next 3 months, will have lots of practice on listening to and following your heart. Let's look at how to bridge the 3D and the 5D Capricorn North Node. So we have the 9 of Cups in reverse on the 10 of Cups. Woohoo! Interesting. That one goes there. Hold on. The other one is in reverse, I believe. Yep. It's the Hermit in reverse. And then we have a Judgment. Okay. And the Prince of Swords. I think the Prince is the page in this deck. I'm not sure. I would have to take a gander. But let's start over here anyway. 9 of Cups in reverse. I feel you have to go back and reassess your wishes. You need to get very clear on what it is you want. This is also part of looking into your heart space. Because we're in a phase, in a transition where we're starting to make more, put more emphasis, let's say, on not just creating reality, but understanding the restrictions we put on what reality that we think can be created. Right? And many of us have already dumbed down our wishes so that we can get something and not wait forever, right? So step one for you is really to reassess your wishes, right? And reassess and reformulate, revive your wishes for all areas of your life. You know, your home, your relationship, your work life, your day-to-day, what is an ideal day for you? What would be, in your dream life, what would be the perfect day, right? And then what would be like the perfect week, and what would be the perfect month, and what would happen in the perfect year, because I have the feeling that your wishes have been modified, modulated, and downplayed because, life has just not given you evidence that any of those things can come true. And people have certainly also knocked the confidence or belief that those things are possible. The nine, the Hermit in reverse. Yeah. I do get some of you out there with some social anxieties, and the Hermit in reverse wants you to put yourself out there. If you are an artist, it's time for you to actually put your heart's work out, out for people to see, right? Audience, big or small. It's the step, the indication that the universe, or indicating to the universe that you're ready to be seen, will help you be seen, right? You have inner work to do that has to do with how you get along with people and how you show up in the world. Birth of Angels and Treasure. You will find, you have to come out of the cave to find the friends and the resources. And you do also need to try to strike a balance between your between private time and social time, between leisure time and business time. And this is particularly true if you have a different persona that you have when you are out as to when you are in. Right? I feel, so this Judgment card, once again, I feel a calling for some of you, and that also came out in my preliminary kind of meditation. It says, your purpose, the way you do business. Judgment here is about there being a call from the divine that you need to answer, and that call is coming through your heart chakra, is what they're saying. So you do need to make a change. In the next 3 months, they are encouraging you to make a change. Make changes in your physical reality based on what you discover through this wish reassessment. You see that they're at odds with each other here. They're working together, right? They're saying that you will find your higher purpose in your heart's desires. That is where they implant them. And so spending a life in your rational mind is not going to, the rational mind has its purposes. The mind has its use for sure. We're not downplaying the mind, but we are asking for balance. Once again, this is the balance card over here. And learning how to use your mind to your advantage. Use your mind to manifest that which your heart is desiring, right? The Prince of Swords. Learn how to control your inner critic. If you do have social anxiety, your inner critic is one of your most challenging what's the word, opponents, if you will. It trips you up because you are thinking too much instead of being. And this can go in your romantic relationships as well. Overthinking, thinking too much, thinking as opposed to being in the moment. And so you miss signs, you miss cues, and you also miss fun, right? Because you see here, I feel like you see he has the sword and then there's these two ravens. And I feel here it's like, yes, it's great to have the ravens to warn us of impending danger, of people, someone trying to do us harm, spiritually, emotionally, or physically. But the ravens cannot always be there and always talking to you. They just can't, because you will never hear what these guys got to say. And this kind of new moon up there, it looks like, you just can't, while you can acknowledge what's in the shadow, lingering there or carrying that through your vibration day after day is very draining. And it doesn't allow you to form positive bonds or deep bonds with anybody because you're on guard and suspicious. I get suspicious vibes as well. Now, you may have completely valid reasons to be suspicious of people, right? Especially if, they're shady people at work who are trying to, I'm hearing a situation of someone like stealing credit, like taking credit for someone else's work, trying to undermine the other. But these have to be lessons, but not complete ways of moving through the world, because you block out other experiences. They cloud your clarity. That's what they're saying. They cloud your clarity. And the funny thing is if you walk around with the vibration of suspicion, that people tend to naturally be suspicious of you in return. Just take that, let that resonate for a moment. Woo. Yeah, that one hit me a little bit. So I'm going to your grounding techniques for, coming out fast. For the next 3 months, we have number 19, emotions. We have, I'm not doing any of these in the reverse. We have the Queen of Water. King of Air. And do we want this one? Now let's see. Death and rebirth. So this one they don't want. Okay. That one that came out, I'll just show you, was the Two of Air. No, they want it. Okay. All right. It's not like 100% necessary, but it will help. So we have emotions. It is important that you express your emotions, that you acknowledge your emotions, and that you express your emotions. Intuitive Arts Guide here. And that you speak your truth of your emotions. I feel that some of you in order to get along in some of the social situations, family situations, and relationships that you've been in, you have kept your emotions kind of under wrap and have totally rationalized what you're going to say before you say it, and which sometimes downplays your the actual emotional response that you're having. And this is not healthy for you, for any of us. So your first way of grounding is to really acknowledge your emotions and let them be. It may be uncomfortable for you to express your emotions, right? Because she's also holding the sword, which for me is like discernment and communication, air element and communication. Letting your emotions be heard, even there's a power to you having your emotions, expressing your emotions, regardless of how the other person or people take it. You are free to have your emotions, your opinions. People don't have to like it. They don't have to want to listen. They don't have to even acknowledge them, but you need them to be out. They need to be real for you, not something that you talk yourself out of. So they're saying, you may end up having a good blowout with somebody who is used to you suppressing how much they, annoy you, hurt you, disrespect you, whatever. And that is going to be so awesome. They're really excited about it because it will be a release. And they are encouraging a release of emotion. The Queen of Water. Once again, it's like the Queen of Cups is a very heart-led lady, right? She's very confident in moving forward from her heart space. And as you see, remember, you are a Cancer South Node. So actually, you should be super comfortable with walking in your emotions. Super, super comfortable. And but Capricorn North Node is like an energy of being in control of your emotions. Oddly enough, through this whole reading, I felt that a lot of you have been living a very suppressed emotional life. But on the flip side, they're saying that there's some of you that your emotions run you. And so you do need a balance between emotion and the irrational and the rational. And the Queen of Water, so you have the crab here, right at the bottom. Oh, okay. Now, so this is what I understand. What I'm understanding here is that even if you try to cover your emotions by not talking about them, they resonate in your vibration. And then you draw stuff to you that you are not really interested in drawing to you. So Queen of Water is saying to understand your emotional makeup and understand why you feel the way you feel. And then choose whether or not you're going to keep it or let it go. Because your vibration depends on it, right? And you can be depressed about something, but you don't need to stay there, right? You can be upset, you can have grief, you can, all of that. So they're saying that our society, on one hand, they want it's valued to be kind of stoic, to not let anything move you. And then when something does move you, we're often working hard to get to the point where we can say, oh, but I'm okay. It's okay to not be okay for a day or two or a week, right? It's about, are you allowing these ravens to dig you deeper into the hole, or are you allowing the emotions to flow so that eventually one day you just wake up and you do feel okay, right? So I feel that your grounding tip 1 and grounding tip 2 are very similar, but this one is more about actively communicating them in some way. And this one, and the Queen of Water, is about you not getting stuck in negative emotions and not getting stuck in positive emotions either. Like just going with the flow of the ups and downs and feeling completely centered in all of it. I know, it sounds so easy, doesn't it? And then we have the King of Air and the Two of Air. And in this, I'm getting balancing your, especially with the two here, balancing your light and shadow. Once again, we're like at these, you have the Prince of Swords, which is essentially, air, and then King of Air and the Two of Air. You're going to become very clear about your shadow self and your inner critic and any negative thought patterns. Very, very, very clear. I love that you have the King of Air and the Queen of Water, because it's very balancing in your intuition and your intellect. So while you're balancing your emotions, you are also mastering your intellect. So one of the tools then, so I'm getting affirmations, words, affirmations. I can't believe some of the things that are going through my head right now. And I always wonder if I should really say things, because I don't like to swear on this channel, but sometimes there is swearing in my intuitive thoughts. It basically said that the King of Air is ready to cut a bee whenever it's necessary, meaning that your grounding technique number 3 is to be strict with yourself about your negative thought patterns. Just cut off, be aware of it and cut off the stream by intersecting it with mantras or affirmations or listening to music that makes you dance and just completely get into your body and forget about it, right? You need strategies for for alchemizing energy. You need strategies for alchemizing any negative thought patterns that come up, and they will come up. Okay, and then last but not least, you have death, rebirth. I'm getting acceptance here, meditation, gratitude. You have graduated. You are in the midst of a graduation and leveling up to something completely different than what you have experienced up to now. Now, if you say, I'm very happy with my life and I don't want to change it, that's great. It won't then be necessarily a physical, material change, but an energetic upgrade for you. But I am feeling for a lot of you that because of all the pentacles and cups that appeared in your 3D, that that your emotional life and your material life are coming into balance. And and that is going to bring about changes that you are not able to anticipate at this stage of the game. So the death and rebirth card for your grounding is saying accept the change, receive the change, lean into it without knowing what is on the other side of it. Just lean into your heart space without knowing what's on the other side of it. Basically, you can't have the rebirth without the death. And for most of you, the death has happened. It's like the death has happened, but they're waiting for you to realize that it's happened. And this is like kind of the phase that we're all in. We're in this thing where we wake up from this slumber and don't quite know where we are, what we're doing, who we are. And we're in this stage of rediscovering or discovering our new selves. So, and there's not much to do. You cannot control. Remember, you have this surrender card that's peeking under here. You cannot control the outcome. The more you try to control the outcome, the more difficult the transformation is going to be for you. So please do some ritual. They're saying some ritual to honor your death, or the death of things that no longer serve you. They're showing me a burn ritual where you write those things down on paper and you stick them in a fire. And then the ashes, you either, if you're in an apartment building, you can flush them down the toilet. If you have access to nature, you can bury it in a garden or put it in a river, something like that. I am shuffling your final oracles and one flew out. I just read from the guidebook for the final oracles. Oh, look, you got balance again. You see, I don't make these things up, and I don't try to control the reading in any way. I just do my best to articulate what I'm being shown. So we're all surrendering. It's a big old group surrender. And then I've got you an inner peace oracle, rest, renew, and recharge. Okay, so I'm going to read these two. Let's start. Okay, the priestess of balance walks a steady line, looking ahead, yet staying centered. This card is telling you that restoring order and balance to your life will be important at this time. So take a good look at the energy and the effort you expend every day. If something's disproportionate, it may cause you to lose your center, your stamina, and even your peace of mind. Ask yourself, are you engaging in too much work and not enough fun? Too much taking care of others and too little caring for yourself? What about practical matters? Are you eating healthfully and drinking enough water? Are you getting enough muscle movement and peaceful relaxation? All these approaches can be easily abandoned, but when you get busy or stressed. But those are precisely the times when you need stability and balance most. Notice the light in the palms of this priestess. Right and left, receptive and active, are energized, extending up to the universe, to universal connection. She displays an equal focus on yin and yang energy and calls for you to become more energetically conscious. If you tend to be passive, it's time to stand firm in support of your own higher intentions. Yet, if you tend to be active, with little or no reflection on meaning or purpose, now is the moment to look inward and find some balance there. You can achieve balance simply by paying attention to the needs of your daily life. When you make choices that honor your body, spirit, and personal priorities, you create the stability and stamina necessary to see you through to the fruition of your greatest dreams and desires. And the affirmation here is, I have the power to prioritize myself. I choose to live a balanced, healthy, and honoring life every day. So, yes, remember, most of this reading tended to one side of the balance, but if you're on the other side of the balance, you know what to do as well. If you're too yin, be more yang. If you're too yang, be more yin. You just got to find a happy medium and prioritize yourself. Let's look at card 43 from the Inner Peace Oracle. Okay, let's see. Okay. Rest, renew, recharge. What does your body crave and need right now? You are going through a massive shift right now. New awareness and energetic upgrades are occurring all around and within you. As a result, perhaps you feel more tired than normal lately. This is a time of grand inner work for you. Going within yourself instead of pushing and trying to achieve is important in this phase. Give yourself permission to be instead of do. As you give yourself this time to rest, your body will renew itself and rejuvenate at the cellular level. All of what you've been working toward energetically, spiritually, and physically now wants to integrate into your body. Think of this time as an upgrade. Just as your digital devices shut down to get their upgrades, the same is required from your body. Your body has infinite wisdom and entire universes of cells and organs working together to support your overall well-being. Bodies have the ability to heal themselves and transform moment by moment. Learning how to listen to your body is one of the greatest gifts you can give yourself, for your body has innate capabilities and is with you for your entire life. Your divine assignment is start to see your body as a friend who supports you, cares deeply for you, and loves you. Be gentle and calm and speak kindly to your body. Love the body you are in and listen to its guidance. When you do, you'll watch it flourish and heal. Taking time to rest, sleep, and meditate is a form of therapy. Your body craves this, so allow yourself to recharge. Consider going on a digital detox, unplug, go into nature, and meditate on your feelings. Take this time to develop a sacred, special space and be intentional with solitude. This is a forced pause in your life for a grand reason, the opportunity to gather yourself. In this pause and rest, you're being called to come home, to find wholeness within. So they want me to point to, remember I said that you may get fed up with something or something may end abruptly, making you feel like, why me? It's not serving you. That's why. I don't mean to make light of it. I know that these things can be very jarring to the system, but some of you are overworked, underpaid, undervalued in all types of relationships. And when the universe sees that you're not doing anything about it, it's not a punishment. They're actually stepping in to help you. Like you having a hard time making a difficult decision or standing up for yourself or prioritizing yourself. Okay, we'll do it for you. And they'll just cut, like done, it's over. And then you have a chance to gather yourself. So that's another little thing, tidbit they want me to give some of you out there. Grieve, but realize that this is now going to be an opportunity for you to do something more aligned. Be with people and in jobs and in situations, in apartments, whatever that shocking thing is to align you with something better. And to make sure that you take time to really listen to yourself again. I'm pulling some final, just a little, starseed affirmation advice here. Let's see, I think it's only one for you. I keep dropping all of my cards on the floor this evening, and I can't see it. Okay, hold on. I'm going to have to... Oh, I think that's it. Yeah. Courage. Live your life fearlessly with courage, strength, and determination. Yes, I'm going to let that resonate with you. So Capricorn North Node, it was a pleasure. It's always a pleasure. And do know that, you're not alone in this journey. We're all going through some hard to integrate stuff right now. And reach out for support, and support will reach back out to you. I wish you all the best for the next 3 months, and I will see you again. Until then, take care, be well, and stay blessed. Bye for now.